from side to side. Without you by my side, my side, my side. Without you by my side. One time from side to side. Peekaboo, I see you, peekaboo, I see you, looking at me, looking at you. Hold up, where you going? What you doing? Who you seeing? What you need? What you want? I said, without you by my side, my side, my side. Without you by my side. One time from side to side. Without you by my side, I can't go outside. Without you by my side, I can't go outside. Without you by my side, I can't go outside. One time from side to side. there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Feel like a dynamite, ready to explode right up in the sky. I need you to listen, I need you to hear, and don't show any fear. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul.
Welcome back to week 4 of Divinity League, where we have Elusion versus Hydropump. How you doing today, Heat?
I'm still cracking up over the also Chris picture, but we're gonna get through it today. We have Elusion versus Hydropump, and I am pumped up to see what this matchup's gonna be. Hopefully, you don't have another 2-0 tonight. Hopefully, you get to see these teams fight it out through the distance and see some more of different kind of team comps here. Nothing but stomps lately, Wisdom.
Absolutely, and I mean, again, with this, we do have had a lot of 2-0s happening. Tonight is a bit more of an evened out matchup. We have the 3rd and 4th seeds currently 2-1 for Elusion versus 1-2 for HPB, which isn't terrible. A lot of mixed matches. We do actually have a sub coming in for HPB and Raziel07 in the 80 carry spot, at least for game 1. So that does mean they will be losing 2 bans for the very start.
Yeah, I'm gonna put them at a downside, unfortunately, but hopefully that team had this backup planned and they kind of knew about it beforehand before they had to throw away those bans. But with that being said, you're gonna want those because a lot of these games have been won off of the draft itself.
Absolutely, and I mean, we have seen like the last 2 weeks that we've done this, that it's just been draft gaps, honestly, like for half the time. And I mean, a big portion of that is going to be also communication for the teams and just how they're playing together as a whole. I mean, like a lot of these teams we've seen like just 5-man dives, 4-man just like coming down to bot lane, just taking it out, getting the objectives consistently, which is a big thing. Objectives are going to consistently be the most important parts of these games, where Scuttle, the early grubs, dragons as well consistently. Like the Elder Dragon's a big one.
Yeah, and I'm excited to see how Pro Comps kind of deals this one out with the draft bans being taken away from that team. And I mean, honestly, we watched a team last week that just didn't even care about picks and bans and kind of just wanted to 1v1 you in lane and win the game off of that. So anything kind of goes in this this Divinity League. So with that being said, look for a lot of high pick, high risk reward kind of champions to come out of here. Look for the Glizzler to pick up a lot of carry potentials in that mid lane as well. I know Godson is pretty hyped up as well in that bot lane for Elusion. So with that being said, anything kind of goes, even with the bans being there or not.
Absolutely. And in the chat, we do actually have some Godson enjoyers. So always fun to see that happening right now. Once we get bans out the way, I mean, we're going to probably see a lot of like the same comps. We're going to see a lot of the same bans coming out. Anything that's like stupidly strong and meta right now. I know there is going to be another patch, I think, coming this week, I believe. So that could change things up for next week. See how that goes. Item changes. I know there's going to be some Lee Sin changes happen. So maybe some Lee Sin tonight.
Yeah, Lee Sin would be cool. A huge change up in the jungle meta as well. Haven't really seen too much of that lately, unless there's a player who's just been godlike on it. Just hoping to see, honestly, in this game tonight, a lot less Kog'Maw, a lot less Jinx. You've seen Lucian last week. That was a cool change up as well. I want to see some action, but I don't want to see just one team stomping back and back and back and back and forth. I just want to see both teams kind of even it out, picking their fights wisely, using their pink wards, their objectives, and using that confidently as well, and then trying to see which fights you can't take and which fights you can, and knowing when to go in and when not to.
Absolutely, and I mean, again, we do have our starting lineups tonight for Elusion. We have Neptune Rises in the top lane, Dolphinatic in actually, we're already jumping, it looks like. Dolphinatic in the jungle, Rabbit for mid lane, Godson and Dibsy going down in that bot lane for the side of Elusion.
Yeah, we're seeing a KDA of 9 on Dolphinatic, a Rabbit KDA of 3.2, highest mastery than Akali. Godson on that Samira, KDA 7.17. Dibsy on the Fizz. Wow, as a support, probably not going to be down there tonight, but 3.2 KDA overall as well. Maybe if Samira Nautilus comes out tonight, maybe if Samira Lulu, Samira anything kind of goes ham at that later part of the game as well. You see Dolphinatic has a Kog'Maw as well in that jungle, but I mean, honestly, this is a lot of the stuff from last season as well added in.
Absolutely.
A lot of ranks around the between gold and plat as well. I think the rank reset was this week, right?
Rank reset was a couple weeks ago when
okay.
the new season. But I mean, honestly, the bronze one jungle is interesting to see because I mean he's at a 9.0 KDA, so rank doesn't matter that much, obviously.
Yeah, I mean a lot of these guys like try to go really crazy at the very end of that reset here. Here we have Hydropump though. We got Ish in that top lane. Master in the Pike, 1.5 KDA. Plat 3 peak for that current rank. Red Sharky in that jungle. Sejuani, 2.0 KDA on the highest mastery. Gold 3 as well. Gold 3 on the Glizzard. Bob is a jungle main. That's why Udyr is right there. The Glizzard is going to be playing mid lane this game. League rating of 50 as well. 11.75 KDA. Raziel, 07. Gold 4, Misfortune. Not too much to be known about that player. And then Alejandro on the Gold 4, Senna 2.79 in that support as well. So, I mean, pretty even around the board, I would say.
Absolutely. I mean, the 50.01 league rating on the Glizzard is kind of insane, honestly, too. With that 11.75 KDA, that's the highest we've seen so far tonight. And I mean, you said they were a jungle main, but they're playing mid lane. I mean, obviously, you can have some of that information going to the lanes. Definitely interesting to see a jungle main move to mid, though.
I mean, watching the Glizzard play a couple of games myself, and it's all around player as well. So
yeah, I mean, we do have
shout
the
to him
starting
tonight.
off. Sorry, go ahead.
And Amumu's gonna be the first ban. Yeah, go ahead.
And of course, we're gonna have the 2 bans that can't happen for the side of HPB, so we're gonna be having no ban for there, and we'll see what's happening now with the second ban from Elusion. Isn't even a pretty big advantage because they're going to have the ability of doing 2 additional bans and then grabbing what they want to grab. Poppy coming out though, so that could be jungle, could be support.
And this is a battle for that 3rd and 4th place here. So I mean, 2-1, 1-2 on Hydropump. This is a really tough matchup for both teams. I mean, do or die as well to really put yourself back up into the top standings here. You don't want to fall too far behind, especially Hydropump being that 1 and 2 spot. I mean, if you don't get a win tonight, it's kind of all over from that point on.
Absolutely. I mean, it looks like the Scarter ban coming out, so that's all jungle bans currently aimed at Red Sharky. So definitely interesting to see. And then we have the Pike ban coming out. So support Pike, mid lane Pike even possibly. The Assassin is just insane. The hooks, being able to stun people with that is a lot of crazy. And we do actually see the Jinx first pick. So unfortunately, we're still getting the Jinx still for the hyper carries currently.
Yeah, Lethal Temple is back. Not sure how much it did help out the Jinx at all. I played it a little bit there, but this does not feel the same. But hopefully we're going to see a Jinx of old in this game tonight. MF, though, never changed, never stopped being a great carry in that bot lane. Put a supportive bot lane, put a Nautilus down there, and you have a kill lane for all kill lanes down there. Great job by Hydropump to get the momentum started.
Yeah, and I mean, the MF, of course, being Raziel's most played champion, the highest mastery, so he's got a good option. Braum coming out, though, going to prevent a lot of that damage, a lot of that ability of actually doing the AoE with the Nautilus. Great pickup from the side of Elusion. And I mean, of course, the stun package with the Jinx W, the rockets, and then Jarvan running that out for the first 3 picks. So probably going to be seeing Jarvan in the jungle, which again, more AoE, great pickup as well. A lot of wombo combo happening from both sides currently.
Yeah, I kind of like Illusion's draft a little bit more here, though. Bot lane, all they have to do is survive, keep themselves off that gray screen, and J4 will carry them into victory. J4 is such a great jungler to get your lanes ahead. You can go top, mid, or bot lane at any point in the map, any point in that clearing phase as well. Vi on the same end here can do the same, but mostly at that level 6 point. Look for both these junglers here to get very active in this game. Ori and Acel banned out here at the later parts of the banning phase as well. And it's just, you're going to see a lot of action, a lot of bruiser fights happening. And I'm not sure if objectives will be really focused here because, I mean, the ganking potential of both these teams is going to be insane.
Absolutely. And of course, Veigar running that off. So we do have 4 mid lane bans and about 3 jungle bans for the side of both sides. Mid lane bans are definitely interesting. Veigar, of course, being super strong currently. Acel in the same progress, and then of course Orianna and Syndra just very safe picks. Mordekaiser being picked for the side of Hydropump, though. Definitely a strong pick, and he has a really good way of side laning as well.
Yeah, Mordekaiser, the all-around, do-it-all kind of top laner. Volibear, the same kind of aggro as well, but Mordekaiser just 1 or 2 kills on top of that champion, a couple hundred CS, and you're just you're calling for a 3-man gank, and that's I think what they want out of Hydropump here. They want to pull people to the side waves, grab objectives, grab that mid lane tower, grab that bot lane tower. I mean, you have a tough spot to deal with just off of 3 people right there with that Vi, Nautilus, and MF combo. Throw Talia in there, and you're looking at Armageddon. I mean, in that middle part of the game, 20-30 minutes in, a couple of TPs, and you have a full 5v5 no matter what happens.
Absolutely. Of course, the Ari being surrounded up for the side of Elusion. So, I mean, honestly, both teams very strong pick, very strong like team fight. A lot of front to back for both sides though. MF gonna try and get that ultimate down. You're gonna have to watch out for that Braum shield. Watch out for getting charmed down by the Ahri. As long as she has good positioning though, she should be okay to get most of that done and actually do a lot more damage for her team than what's gonna be happening from the Jinx.
Yeah, Elusion has a lot more time that they don't necessarily have to work with here to get that team going. Ahri does take a couple items, can be a menace at level 6, but kind of just a stun bot, a movement bot, kind of a distraction, and a playmaker with that J4. Gonna need 3-4 items to be a huge damage dealer in that middle game there. Jinx, the same kind of strategy as well. But you throw out Braum, J4, and Volibear in that mix, excuse me, and they're gonna have a lot of CC and a lot of ults to deal with before they even get to the end of Jinx and Ahri on that side. But Hydropump, they win draft off of this one, in my opinion, even with the 2 non-bans that they had in their end because of a couple of issues going on, and they're getting ready for that start of the game. But with that being said, I mean, Vi, Talia, Mordekaiser is a draft you're going to want from anybody. I mean, any team you throw that on, they're just going to have a little mix of everything, a little mix of pulling away whatever is going on. I mean, pull J4 if they go in front of you, pull Volibear out of that one, keep Volibear in the top lane if you have to with a Mordekaiser as well. My pick goes to Hydropump on that first game. I think they take it away swimmingly. I mean, easily.
I'm gonna have to agree, especially since like the last couple weeks we've seen that we've been having issues with like people trying to play that long game, trying to get that like the hyper carry to like 3 items and working on that. But it's every time it seems like the enemy team just like, we aren't gonna let you do that. They push objectives super hard, they go super aggro into things, and they just don't allow you to hit that point. So like the Ahri, the Jinx, they have to wait for those items to be able to actually come online. MF, honestly, get her a Bloodthirster, she's gonna be doing a ton of damage. Talia, this is the same way, she's a lot more utility available. Mordekaiser gonna be able to just pull out the Jarvan, pull out the Voli if he needs to, the Jinx specifically as well, the Ahri. Pull anybody from that fight, and it's gonna be a 4v4 that you aren't gonna be winning with that. Get rid of the hyper carry, prevent them from doing what they need to do.
Yeah, I mean, the only issue I could see Hydropump having is the MF getting blown up no matter what. So, I mean, hopefully Talia, Mordekaiser, and Vi can carry that one out. With that being said, we should have the game starting soon.
Chris actually is saying that Spectate is having issues in the chat, so that's not good.
Oh, we've been here before though, with somewhere no slack to the game. I mean, I can sit here and yap all day if I want to, and I can. So, I mean, what's really gonna happen here? Okay. Full on 5v5, right? Just stay here with me now. There's a dragon up, 6 minutes in the game. Average is level 6, right? Maybe 10 minutes ish. Vi, Nautilus, MF are going to be that first 3-man to that team. Boom, Talia R. Boom, Mordekaiser TP. While the rest of Elusion are like, what the heck is going on here? I can't move. Everybody's stunned. J4 is going to try and initiate here as well. Vi's going to go into the Jinx. Braum's gonna try an R, and I mean, there's gonna be so much disruption in the game going on that I think that Mordekaiser just pulls out either Ahri or the Jinx. That's half their damage. Volibear gonna try and go in the backline as well. We have a full team fight of just this combobulation going on. So, I mean, whatever team is more communicative, more just all around front to back is gonna have an easier time in this first team fight there. Whoever wins that first team fight is going to be the one that's going to carry out the win for the game.
Are we actually getting into the game now? Possibly. Hopefully Spectate doesn't break on us.
And I'll take a second to have your thoughts on that first team fight too. Do you believe that the first team fight one is going to take the game win?
I don't know if it's going to be the first team fight one. I think it's going to be whoever ends up getting the better play off of the first team fight. Or, I mean, honestly, I'm expecting to see one team just go straight for like the grubs and goes straight for the other one goes straight for the dragon. I think it's going to be a 50-50 give it up. And then it's going to be, I think, the second dragon fight or the second grub fight that's going to be the bigger one, in my opinion. And I think, honestly, if you pull the supports up to grubs, you'll be fine. We haven't seen a ton of that recently, realistically. I think we saw like one time last week. They pulled the support up and it got them a better overall way of doing it. But it's just allowing your AD carry to play safe. And that's an issue I think a lot of AD carries have. I'm an AD carry main personally.
Mm-hmm.
I like to go ham and just try and get kills.
Hey, shut up, pro comms, because they do not agree with me at all. They never really do, honestly. And Elusion has a better team fight and the better the win percentage as well. I believe it's the team fight potential though. But I mean, Hydropump, from the games that I played and the amount of like almost pro games and whatever amateur league games that I played, I do believe that Hydropump does have the better draft here. But I agree with what you're saying as well, because also AD carry main, also Jinx main. I mean, almost 2-3 million points in that champion. It's just a really hard game for them, to be fair. I don't think Jinx has any potential at all to be a carry in this one unless they just stay back and stay away from everybody and everything for the next 20 minutes. What do you think?
I'd absolutely agree. I think also with the pro comps, though, they were wrong both times last week. So, I mean, take it with a grain of salt. Obviously, pro comps is great. We love them here. But, I mean, they are only so available to help in terms of, like, the actual game states. And, I mean, a lot of things can happen in this game.
It's pro comps, not pro laners.
Exactly.
Is what we got to say about that.
It's pro comps, which means the compositions are great, but the players themselves could be just less than stellar. But we actually are in the game now. We do actually get to watch, maybe. They are currently stuck in a standstill, which is always fun.
Spectator loves to give a give and take with us, loves to tease us a little bit here. So we'll have the game going a little bit here. I think it is more like you said as well. I mean, Elusion needs just a little bit more time to scale with it, a little bit more time to just kind of give things away. We did notice that the couple of teams from the past weeks, the more patient you are, the less time you have to like get yourself back into the game. So the best part of doing that is not giving away that early game.
Absolutely. I'm a little confused by what this Braum skin is. It's making my brain tickle a little bit. I'm like, what is this happening? But we do actually have a 4-man bot side for the side of Elusion, which is definitely interesting. Ari in the mid lane, almost like a 4-point technically for the side of Hydropump, with the bot lane sitting in that bush. Looks like Jarvan's going to be going back, probably going to grab a sweeper for himself. Or not.
Yeah, Elusion having more of a pro style in that bot lane as well. Sending 4 people to one quadrant of that map is a lot easier to deal with invades. When you have a Nautilus on your on the other side of the team, Talia as well, Vi can very as well invade and disrupt your level 1. That being said, they're gonna back and just start that 5.0 over again. You're gonna have J4 and that blue buff working their way in the bot lane, trying to disrupt that bot lane as well. Vi gonna start the blue buff on the other side as well, and start that top lane maybe. But I think the mid lane might be the worst part of this this whole draft as well.
We actually do have a little cheese bush going on here. Braum does get the stun down. Flash already out from Nautilus though. Just going on to the Braum though, actually getting some more damage down. Another stun coming out. Honestly, good damage from both sides overall. One summoner spell so far getting rid of from the flash from Nautilus. I think it might have been a little bit early for the flash, but I mean, you honestly never know what could happen in those 2 seconds that you don't do it.
Yeah, I agree. I thought the first blow was going to Jinx right there pretty easily, but great flash by him to get away from the damage. But I mean, MF did have barrier as well. But I like the aggression early in this lane here. You don't want Nautilus walking up like they don't have anything to stop them. So, I mean, putting that aggression on early kind of puts in their mind they can fight back as well. And the level 2 early gives you a lot more time to breathe. Nautilus eventually in that lane is going to say, you know what, I'm level 6. I don't care if Braum is level 6 as well, because he's just going to hit his ulti and back away as I charge at your Jinx. And then MF is going to push R and take them down no matter what. Vi clearing out pretty quickly here as well as a J4, so that's pretty even. And mid lane, I mean, once Talia hits level 6, not much Ari can do about it unless they follow early or hit that TP button.
Absolutely, and I mean, honestly, like, so far, pretty evened out. For actually, Talia getting an early back in. I'm not sure exactly what she's going to be grabbing this early on, but possibly a tier. Work on a Seraph Embrace just to make sure you're safe. Yep, there we go. We do actually have a lot of aggression going up that bot lane as well, which I'd love to see it. You'd love to see those early bot lane fights. Nobody really abused the level 2, and the Nautilus is just taking a lot of aggression, getting hit by every Q from the Braum, all the W's. We do actually level 3 hitting in here down for the side of Elusion, and as well for the side of Hydropump. So I mean, it's honestly super even. We do actually have Vi for the first gank though. Volver getting hit by the Q from Vi. He should be okay to make it out as long as he flashes if he needs to. Does flash, Vi flashing in first though.
That's good patience.
Flash for flash. Very good patience. I mean, that's a person that knows how to play Volibear very well, and they were like prepared for it. Even with the Mordekaiser W just taking him down, he's like, no, okay, I can hold it, and then he just, as soon as he needed to.
Yeah, I was waiting for that Vi to guess the flash, knock him up, then Mordekaiser flash, and then Volibear would have been dead to rights right there. But we'll survive for the meantime. The one issue that we have with bot laners pushing, and it's my biggest issue as a bot laner that does not trust jungle ever, is that we push too far. We push too fast. We never get a chance for that jungler to actually make a difference in that bot lane. So now we have a CS lead and a level lead, but mid lane's gonna die.
Absolutely, and I mean, honestly, if Vi had her flasher and just takes some tower damage, gets charmed back into it, actually taking some more. Actually, the tower was just like, no, we're good. Vi, you're cool. You can walk away. Didn't even hit her from the charm. If Vi still had her flash out, dead Ahri, 100%.
If I had her flash up, and if bot lane did not keep shoving after 2 or 3 waves here, there would be a dead bot lane as well on the side of Hydropump. But it is 4 minutes, almost 5 minutes in, and we are 0-0 and even gold lead here, which is a much different start to what we've had to deal with the last couple weeks, Wisdom.
Absolutely. I mean, it's kind of a nice change of pace too. It's like it's not just people just trying to fight every 2 seconds, and then you see top lane gets killed, and then mid lane gets killed, and then bot lane's having a fight, and then junglers are somewhere else having a fight as well, and then it's just back and forth, and it's just a lot more like what you see like in a normal game, basically. It's a lot more just evened out. People are trying to farm up. Some damage is coming out, obviously, but it's not like huge fights happening. People are just diving under tower 2 minutes in, which is great to see. Honestly, again, pretty even out. Mordekaiser is up a little bit. Vi going for that early dragon, though, at 5 minutes, actually.
Yeah, I like that Q over the wall. Disregard the vision right there. You're going to solo that out pretty quickly with that pink ward going down as well. And yeah, you can tell that the difference between a first versus fifth or a third versus fourth place team, there's no ego here. There's no confidence level here. There's no, I know I've beaten these teams 4 times over already. These teams are both even. They're both fighting for the same spot here, which is the 3rd or 4th place. That could flip no matter what. Or, I mean, sorry, that could tie it up with this this game here. So both playing out with respect, both playing out with terms that they know could definitely flip the switch no matter what. Great job by Vi to grab that first dragon, and J4 feeling a little bit out of pace right now to grab those grubs.
I mean, I'm sure Vi is like expecting it to be a Jarvan going for those grubs, though. And actually, they do see the Jarvan coming over. He is actually going to spot out that ward too. Honestly, Talia is not really going to be too much available to help out with that right now. She's got lower mana. If she tries to do a combo, she may end up dying to the Ahri Jarvan. But those grubs could be a very big contention point. And actually, there is a fight happening in the mid lane again. Vi getting charmed and is actually going to... Well, she ends up getting almost away
First
from it.
blood! Let's go!
And that is going to go over to the Ahri, which is great for Ahri. You want to get her started up early. Going in hard onto the Glizzler once again does flash away from the Jarvan EQ and does save their life. We actually have a bot lane fight too. The kill over to Jinx, both of them are solo, but MF can't make it happen. One double up would have been a kill on both of them there.
I can feel MF's keyboard right now. Just spamming that Q right now. It would be a click Q over and over and over again. But eventually that Jinx gets the speed up. Great job on the Jinx as well to know once I get the speed up and get this kill, I can get out of here for free. And a great flash by the Glizzler actually with that Talia pick as well to get out of that damage range from the J4 and Ahri. That should have been a free kill right there in that mid lane. But 2-0 over to Elusion. And 7 minutes and 30 seconds in, just 2 minutes after I was talking about this, they're almost 2K gold lead after that. So, I mean, Grub's still up as well. First blood over to them, and it's just a different game now. Eventually, Hydropump's going to feel like they're backstring against the wall if Elusion keeps up the pace that they're going for. And bot lane kind of feeling a little confident as well. They should hit level 6 first, going to grab that first plate as well. And fight her in the top lane.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, the Mordekaiser taking a lot of damage from that Volibear. Volibear is actually one of the best sustained champions in the top lane. He's got his W to give him the heal. His consistent stacking of that gives him more healing, which is nice. And then bot lane, I mean, from Elusion, is just doing a great job of just keeping that pace, keeping them pushed down. And I mean, the difference in CS right now is not huge. You have 11 in the top lane, you have about 8 in the bot lane, mid lane's about 8 as well. And it's showing like the different ones. We do actually have the first set of grubs coming out. Vi looking to possibly go for a steal on them, and actually Mordekaiser as well is there before Volibear can go over. Mordekaiser does actually go after the Volibear, but Jarvan does make it out with an EQ, gets charmed over. Talia trying to keep the Volibear off of it. They may actually end up grabbing 2 of them for the 1, but no kills. Very close with a couple people. Jarvan barely making it out of there after he used his ultimate, Demacian standard. So I mean, definitely good fights. Again, this is good communication. This is just proper playing of these fights.
Oh
my God.
Downtown on the Glizzler out of nowhere after the godlike retake that Hydropump has. Elusion makes it back and says, I see you up there. But now, here comes Volibear getting taken down by Vi.
And that is actually going to be the Death Realm. He actually missed the Death Realm because of the Volibear ultimate. That was such a crazy play. So
what just happened?
Okay, so let's just go over this real quick. So Jinx gets the kill onto, I think, yeah, it was Talia with the ultimate. Didn't even see it coming. To be fair, nobody saw it coming. Minus Jinx saw that from like a mile away and was like, "No, I got this." And then Volibear's ultimate apparently can cancel out Mordekaiser's, which I didn't know that could happen. So that's information to have.
Yeah, put that one back in your pocket note as well. We do see that Ish is trying to farm out the proxy. Yep, thank you so much.
I got you,
man. I'm gassed. That's my favorite play to do with Jinx is like looking around the map, trying to see who's low, trying to snipe them out from the end of the map as well. So great snipe there by Godson in that Rift Herald pit. But I mean, we gotta talk about how Hydropump retook that Rift Herald's pit as well, because I'm sorry, the Grub pit. With that being said, they played it perfectly. They knew off of vision that only 2 people were on there, and there's not much they could really do about it. R is kind of blocked off because of the Talia R as well. But with that being said, I mean, they kind of even it out. I mean, 16k to 13k, 14k as well at that 10-minute, 11-minute mark here. 3-0 with Elusion. They're sitting pretty, but they got to kind of scale it back. They're feeling a little bit egotistical, in my opinion, with that Grub play. So once they scale it back a little bit, know the fights you can take, I mean, you might as well just let that Dragon go as well and try and make a 4v5 or 5v4 play in any part of the map as well. And just, I don't think Dragon's going to be it, as they know as well. Ahri in that mid lane still farming it out against Italia, who's just completely pushing it down brick by brick. Here comes J4 though.
Jarvan going in for it. And the Jinx, dude, Godson is showing why his name is Godson. Going in for the fight currently. Vi ultimate coming down onto the Jarvan. Get the ultimate down from MF. Okay. Takes out Jarvan. Vi going down to Jinx. But Nautilus is going to be dead to rights to the Jinx as well. That's a double kill for her. Godson sitting there. Perfect steps. Does actually end up dying to Talia, but Volibear coming with the teleport does take out the Talia as well. So that's a Talia double kill over on there. That is a crazy fight. 7-3 now. And I mean, so many things happening all at once.
Did I ever say this was not a good game for Jinx, or am I crazy? Because I think this might be the perfect game for Jinx. That's a collector. 5-1 Jinx at 11 minutes right now for the side of Elusion on the blue side here. Plates all over the place right now. They're going to actually lane swap. I love this decision from them as well. The side of Elusion lane swapping right now is just completely keep the Jinx on a forward trajectory right now as well. Collector, boots, and I'm not sure what this build's going to be, but with the amount of times that Godson has sniped everything as well as that dragon, it's just looking like a crazy time right now for Godson to be a carry for this team. And who knows what's going to happen next.
Absolutely. I mean, that dragon seal was insane. Like, just the perfect timing on it as well. And then, of course, sitting there, she honestly probably could have lived if she hadn't started running into where the Talia was, because I think she ended up taking more damage from the rocks on the ground, if I'm not mistaken, which is unfortunate. Vi and Talia actually getting almost caught out by the Braum. I mean, again, look, this is a 4-man top lane right here, getting ready for the second set of grubs, I believe, which I believe are up currently about 10 seconds from now. So, I mean, like I said, that's going to be like the bigger fight's going to be this 12-minute fight. We are almost at a kill a minute again, so we are up to 10 kills now for the game. So, I mean, we started off slow, but it's starting to slowly pick up, and the Jinx being 5-1 is going to be insane for this mid game.
Yeah, do you have any info on what Godson's gonna be building after this one? I mean, the collector's up there. Maybe
I would expect maybe Static Shiv, maybe Kraken's there. Okay. They're actually getting caught into the Vi. Taking a lot of damage. Does flash away from the Ahri charm. Ahri had an ult in. Mordekaiser on the back end, going for the Jinx, I believe. Ahri getting taken out by Vi. Vi getting taken out by Jarvan. Mordekaiser still trying to fight that Jinx by himself, but does end up getting stunned up by the Braum. Jarvan goes over to Talia. Jinx taking out the Jarvan, or the Mordekaiser, excuse me. And the grubs are just doing damage to Talia. She is going to end up getting close to being dead. Nautilus is there to help out a little bit. Does end up walking away, but actually they may end up throwing this right there. Nautilus getting the kill onto the Jinx. Talia taking out the Braum. Nautilus does end up flashing for almost no reason, but again, these are just so consistently long fights at this point. I mean, both teams not giving up an inch if they don't have to.
I think that stopped the Grubs right there, though. So, I mean, a little bit of a win there for the blue side. Jinx getting another kill as well. Another a Dirk on top of that. And, I mean, it looks like all kind of a W crit damage for the Jinx build. And it's doing wonders right now for the side of Elusion. But Hydropump has come out of nowhere and sealed the deal on the tie. 9-7. Tied up that goal a little bit here. 23,000 to 24,000. J4 feeling a little bit anxious to get this Riptail done on the spawn of it. That's a great pickup for them in the middle of the game right now. 15 minutes in, and it's looking very, very much like a 50-50 right now.
Absolutely. I mean, like the Jinx, honestly, was starting off really good, 5-1. They're 6-2, so they're not doing terrible, but it's like they're losing a lot of those fights because Jinx is just, like I said, Mordekaiser just took her away from the fight entirely. He had her in the death room for a long time. The Vi getting the kill on Ahri first, and then it just slowly snowballed into where it's now 9-7 instead of the 7-3 that it just was. So 4 kills for 2 on the side of Hydropump. They're coming back hard, and I mean, Mordekaiser's coming in the mid. Vi's there too. 4-man mid currently does walk away. Bot lane having the mid laners just fight it out. I think this is going to be a lot more of, if Jinx keeps getting caught out by certain things, it's going to be a hard loss for Elusion because that's their main sign of the damage. That's their main win con, is going to be that Jinx, that Ahri as well, who's trying to go onto the Vi and Assassinator, but ends up getting caught out by half the team and just took a lot of damage. Mordekaiser versus Volibear top lane. Ahri actually taking a lot of damage from the Taliyah. Does miss her charm, does hit her with the Q, does actually get taken down by the Taliyah solo kill bot lane.
Yeah, you can see the Glizzard showing out those jungle champions in that mid lane. Talia, a great jungler as well. And top lane just kind of getting outscaled by the ultimate, but did not go down. Still 0-1 on the Volibear with the Roa. But again, like you said, it's just Jinx damage going on and positioning perfectly in these fights. That's why they've been winning. But that's also why they haven't won in the last 5 or so minutes with these fights. I mean, 9-8, it's slowly creeping up on them that they might be outscaled in this mid game.
And I mean, the Nautilus grabbing that locket of the Iron Solaris, it's crazy good for them, gets the additional thing. I mean, Lizzie getting caught out very hard by the Braum. Vi going in, does end up actually taking a lot of damage. MF ultimate coming out, does not actually get anything done. Jinx takes the kill onto Vi, and that could be a pretty easy kill for Jinx to take on the MF. Nautilus walking away. Taliyah going for the kill again onto Ahri, but Ahri flying in with her ultimate, does flash away. The fights are going insane across the map. Ahri does actually get the solo kill on Taliyah this time. That's going to be a third dragon over to the side of Elusion, looks like, getting that Ocean Drake. So we're going to have an Ocean Soul for this current game.
Ahri came back with a vengeance on that one. Great TP in, great flash, great R as well to get the return kill and get some plates down. Not plates, but tower damage down in that bot lane tower. Mid lane looking like they want to retake that as well. But they will continue to just force this mid lane tower down as they tank that one. Now Jinx is going crazy.
Going on the Nautilus, but Nautilus actually does get away. I mean, honestly, I think they may have actually, if the Vi had gone in right there, it might have been actually a kill onto either the Braum or the Jinx, but playing safe, trying to play it smart. 12-8 now for the kills lines. Honestly, I mean, both teams are playing extraordinarily well, just in different versions of the game. Jinx, of course, is going to be the hyper carry for the late game. I'm not sure what she's building with the second Dirk, honestly. I'm very confused by this right now. Going for...
It's an opportunity?
It's an opportunity, yeah. That's
okay.
That's so interesting to see.
A little late, right?
I mean, I don't think so. It's 17 minutes in, but she's also 7-2, and it's her second item, and MF still hasn't built portions of her second item yet. She has the
I'm gonna keep it simple. I'm just gonna talk about this really quick. I mean, I know it takes a lot of gold to get this done, but IE into 2 Zeal items with the boots and keep her distance. But I'm digging this collector opportunity build right now. It's just doing a lot more damage than I thought it would this early in the game.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure if it's the best option though, because you have the Mordekaiser that could be tanky, the Vi that can be somewhat tanky, and then the Nautilus. You have Taliyah and MF probably put their chunk out pretty quickly with that. Get the lethality down. I think honestly a Kraken Slayer might have been a better option. Static Shiv would have been maybe a decent first item just to get like that easy wave clear. And anytime you hold the minions, obviously it's just a shock around. Volibear trying to go into the solo kill on the Mordekaiser. Does get pulled into the tower, gets hit again. Jarvan coming up to try and help out with that as well. I don't think the ultimate's been used yet, no, but there is another 2 people coming up from the side of Elusion. So possibly a 4-man dive on this top lane, but we actually do see Hyper Hydropump, excuse me. Going in for that counter as well.
Talia has TP in that bot lane as well. This could be a 5v5 that I don't really want to take this early in the game. Here comes Ricky's going to smack that down in the top tower. Flash away from the Mordekaiser.
Ulti coming in. Mordekaiser does pull them all into it. Goes in, does end up getting taken out by the Jarvan. Jarvan taking down the tower. Jinx, honestly, I'm not sure where she's even at in this fight. Getting hit very hard. Does use her barrier. Emma going down for a double kill onto the Jarvan. Jinx just barely surviving. Does make it out. Double kill for Jinx. Crazy fight. No deaths on the side of Elusion so far. Jinx coming up very close.
Ari and Talia going to 1v1 here in the bot lane as well. Glizzard going to try to walk this one out. And how the heck did Elusion get away with that one? Because Talia was not able to get their TP off. I think they were trying to trade towers for that one. And Ari was able to kind of negate that in that bot lane here. Yeah, Jinx kept alive somehow off that one, flashing away from 4 members of the team that dove her completely one by one. Nautilus is on top of them. The MF was on top of them with that Bloodthirster, and the Vi even ulted her as well. So I mean, this build's looking kind of tanky for some reason, but it might just be because the W is being overpowered with the amount of AD that they're given so early in the game, causing that slow to happen as well. Not much to say except that there's a 9-2 and 4 Jinx on the map here for Elusion, and they went from having even KDAs here in the middle of the game to having double theirs. So 16-8 here at 20 minutes, 38,000 gold to 32,000 gold, and 2 dragons. Rift play got 2 towers in that top lane. Elusion sitting real pretty right now in the middle part of this game. Hopefully they can continue their success and keep this going. I mean, 3rd place team, they want to show out and make sure they can not leave too much on the table for the 1st, 2nd place team to look at this, but definitely want to make sure they can compete with them. And I think they are doing a great job of that. Just on a communication base, I mean, Godson staying alive for so long in that fight says a lot.
Actually, Ari possibly getting caught out by the Vi and the Talia. Does actually go flying through Talia, almost taking her out with 2 ultimates and an E. I think the biggest issue with that last fight, though, was that Mordekaiser took way too much damage too early, and actually, one of them's getting caught out. E coming out from the MS, so taking that out. Actually, you do have Talia coming over, Vi going in, but Nautilus gets blown up. Ultimate coming out from the Jinx. Jinx getting another kill, double kill over to Jinx now. Getting crazy on this. He almost gets the Talia as well. And Vi taking that easy damage. Jarvan does go on to the Talia, does end up getting the kill with a flash. And Vi is just sitting there just trying to keep that tower alive. Volibear into the Mordekaiser though. Bully trying to get some damage down, taking a lot of damage from that as minions, but the healing is going insane again. The tower is not going to be living very much longer, and Neptune taking so much damage from this fight. Gets pulled in again. Tower going down. Honestly, I think Mordekaiser should have just kept pushing in, and he could have taken that kill honestly for him, but the tower is good, getting him pushed out is good, and then just trying to keep the hopes and dreams of his team alive. That Jinx is going to be such a pain going forward, though. She's 11-2 now. Just consistent, already staying on a BS sword. I think she's actually building an IE right now.
That looks like IE, yeah. I was gonna say, Neptune doing the job though. I mean, they didn't win the fight, didn't keep their tower alive, but they kept that ish that Mordekaiser from a TP in that bot lane to stop that fight from going on. And J4, I mean, showing the amount of tempo that Elusion is setting on this team right now. I mean, flashing, EQing, smiting Talia for that last hit to take them down. Says a lot about Elusion, how they want to play this game right now. A lot of teams would not go for that, but Elusion does.
And I mean, honestly, the Jinx just... These fights are just getting out of hand. I think the Nautilus overstayed his welcome a little bit, tried to DQ a little bit too late, and just got blown up immediately. And again, like, these fights are getting taken over by this Jinx, and they can't really do much about it. The MF's trying to ulti, but the Braum E is just going to stop all of that from happening. The Vi can't get out on them. The Ahri's got great charms being placed onto any of these huge these champions that are trying to kill the Jinx, and it's just like... Unless you're putting everything into dive that Jinx, you're not going to kill her. And then by the time you kill her, your team's going to be dying anyway from everybody else just fighting them.
Yeah, I don't know how Jinx is staying alive with this kind of build here. I mean, you would think that the MF was the one would be 11-2 right now with that Bloodthirster first. I mean, the CS and the kill differential definitely stopping them from having the amount of items on top of that. But I'm just saying that the build-wise, I mean, IE, Collector, Opportunity, that does not spell safety for Jinx right now, but they are using their positioning to their advantage. Mordekaiser might find a fight in this one as they recall in front of Volibear.
Yeah, he's just gonna back out, just prepare back for the team. Because I mean, they can't see where everybody's at on the map. And actually, Rabbit just taking out the Glizzard so fast, we didn't even see it happen on the screen.
It's fallen real short right now for the Glizzard in the part of the 25-minute parts of this game. Ari and them were so back and forth. I mean, 5-5 for this Talia, and now they're just getting completely just decimated here by the Ari.
And Mordecai's Rachel welcome back into the Volibear. Not the best idea, getting taken down to a quarter health. But Volibear just consistently going for it. He ended up getting the kill on the Mordecai by himself. Does use his Death Realm, does his eye. Jinx getting another kill onto the Nautilus. MF getting chunked down 2 Qs from those rockets and is down to under about half health for that MF.
I've been inspired, man. I need to try out this build, but bot lane might be out for the taking.
And I mean, Neptune just... I don't know if he stopped on purpose or if he got stuck by the Vi ultimate. That was a little weird.
I think he was dancing. He was like, "Hey, my team's taking Baron. Look over here. It's a little magician trick all over again. I fooled you again. I knew your card trick the whole time. That's a Baron for my team. I know I don't have it on the recall, but I have it under my belt for the stats itself. And I mean, now they can just kind of 1-3-1 this one out. Ari's winning that 1v1. Jinx, Braum, and J4 winning that 3v3. And Volibear just is a distraction with the TP available, so they could TP into any fight they want to, and layer out that CC, layer out that chase for whoever laner they want to go towards. It's looking real nice for Elusion. You want this kind of setup, 10k gold. I mean, they've been fighting back and forth for the last 10 minutes, and now Elusion has been pulling ahead so far that you can't even see Hydropump in their taillights right now. It looks so much like Elusion game 1 win.
Absolutely. Let's talk about this Volibear build too. We have Roa into... I'm trying to figure out what the second item is, and I just can't figure it out. And I'm just trying to figure out what the plan is with this Volibear. Like, it seems like he's just kind of there just to be a distraction. Yeah. And it's working so well for them. But also,
you can tell we don't play top lane much.
I mean, you never know, man. He could be cooking. You never know. Like that build could just be absolutely OP. But I mean, like, this should be an easy soul over this side of Elusion. Donald's having to flash away. Jarvan does EQ in. But I mean, all of the cooldowns up for the side of Elusion. Ari going in onto the Glizzard once again does... trying to give the kill over to Jinx with the rocket. Does end up getting hit by every single bit of PC. Still has very up. Still surviving. The Jinx is just not dying, and she is just there to fight in the Mordekaiser W, taking everybody out, and that's going to be a triple kill for the Jinx.
Cataclysm. J4, Dolph, Natick with a huge play to keep their team alive and keep them separated from the rest of the Hydropump team and let Jinx free hit, even though they had the flash and barrier. And now they work their way towards the end of the turrets and the nexus of Hydropump. They work themselves up from the first part of the game to the end of the game. And now we have a sub 30-minute win for Elusion in game 1. I mean, Wisdom, take us home. This is insane.
So obviously Elusion wins this game. I think they played this perfectly. They played what they needed to do. They got the late game Jinx, but they got it a lot earlier than I think we expected to see it. Because we've seen the last couple weeks, it hasn't been happening whatsoever. But this game, they played for the Jinx. They made sure she got the kills. The ultimates coming out from Jinx were insane this game. Getting the steal, getting the kill onto the Talia early in the game. Honestly, Godson showing why his namesake is there. Played out of his mind, staying alive in every single fight, and then most of it was trying to do self-healing as well.
Yeah, I mean, Godson caught me off guard at least 3 times in that game, and that's exactly what I love to do at Jinx. At laning phase, you're kind of just getting bored. You're looking for something to do. You're looking for your hyper carry items at the end of the day, which Godson surprises with that as well. I mean, who builds IE, Opportunity, Collector, and just carries the game on their back? On the side of some tanky people as well, though. But those ulties onto the Grubs and the Rift-Herald, great job by them setting the Glizzard back. I feel like the Glizzard was like scared to be in the team fights and looking around, looking for a Jinx ult to hit them from the back, and that's really what set that team apart. But Elusion taking part of the macro, really what made them have that Nexus win and that game 1 win.
Absolutely, and we will be back in just a few minutes with game 2. We'll see if the side of Hydropump can actually bring it back and get us to a game 3.
I don't know what you want. Let's have a bit of fun till I downfall. My love, if you feel like I do right now, don't say you're on the run to the other side. My love. You say you wanna try, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose. You say you wanna cry, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose. I don't know what you want. Let's have a bit of fun till I downfall. My love.
And we are back for game 2 of Elusion versus Hydropump. We did see Elusion take that first game in 27 minutes and 2 seconds with a crazy Jinx play. The teams have not switched sides, so we are going to be seeing Elusion on blue side again and Hydropump on red side again.
Yeah, I mean, Godson pulling out the Jinx pocket pick with the Jinx build pick as well, and I mean that just kind of blew my mind a little bit. Did a lot more damage than I thought it would in the later parts of the game here. Talia not being able to do the things that needed to be done in those team fights. Jinx did get surrounded by people as well, but they still carried it out and positioned well, and Elusion got that win pretty free, even though it was a back and forth fight for the last 20 minutes, and then Elusion found their way into macro and team fighting to eliminate the map and take the Nexus.
Absolutely. I mean, I think the biggest thing with that is again that Jinx. The Jinx was such a huge proponent for that game, and the fact that she just wasn't dying in those fights, even with being dove on by 4 people. The self peel and the peel from the Braum, from the Jarvan, from the Ahri, from everybody, just keeping her alive and allowing her to do that damage and just put that out. Ahri also huge proponent for that too, like just solo killing the Talia consistently in those side lanes, and then coming over and just rocking face on the jungle and on the AD carry.
Yeah, all sides did their job on Illusion. I mean, Neptune didn't win lane or win any of the fights. Oh, most of the fights, I should say, but did their job. I mean, kept the top lane alive for so long. Fought that Mordekaiser tooth and nail for everything that they needed to get done from them. Great distraction on that Baron fight as well. Baron fight being the turning point of the game for them. Even at that Riptailed fight as well. Before that, taking both towers down to that top lane. Rabbit being able to 1v1 Glizzler in that bot lane while they're pushing down as well. I mean, everything that Hydropump threw at Illusion had an answer for, and they answered it tenfold with that win.
Yeah, and I mean, I think the biggest thing that this is going to be, I'm pretty sure Hydropump still is going to end up losing 2 bans because they're still using Raziel, which means I think they're going to have to ban that Jinx in the first 3 bans. Don't give the Jinx to Godson. Don't let him do what he did last time unless you have a better answer for it. Don't give it to him. Just remove it from the play. Don't let them have any type of Jinx, and then try and build around what they're going to be picking. Because I mean, at this point, they picked the Jinx first. They could also just pick a first brigade carry. Still, they could pick an Ashe. They could pick like an Ezreal. Ezreal surprisingly still strong out there. MF's not a bad choice if you don't let the Braum through, or if you take the Braum with you. They could also just pick like a jungle first and just confuse him a little more and just go off of that. But I think the Jinx has to be banned.
Yeah, pick or ban. I mean, every bot laner at this point should be playing Jinx, even from the beginning of the season to the end. Even with Lethal Tempo, when it was gone, it should have been picking up that Jinx. So hopefully that bot laner does of Raziel does play Jinx. If not, I don't have the bans in front of me from the last game, but I do believe Ashe was open. Ashe is like the main disruptor of the Jinx, takes away the movement speed, takes away the moving away with that CC as well, and the W of the slow, and just all around a good AD carry with that range, and does everything it needs to be done. Can also get the damage done as well based off of MF. Not the burst, but the just positioning as well as the playmaking and the damage per second right there, the DPS and that as well. That being said, too, I mean, the Talia pick in the mid lane might have to change up their playstyle as well. You gave up a champion that's supposed to be a playmaker and use it to split push and didn't really gather on with the team. Didn't really TP in, didn't use their ult. We've seen a couple of good ultis there in that Rift Herald play with the jungler, and we've seen another play as well in the bot lane. But after that, it was just kind of split push. Didn't really help out. At the end of the day, with that kind of pick there, that pick should be in team fights only, and split pushing at the end of the day after that's done. And I mean, Mordekaiser was up there in the top lane, but Hydropump, just call it good and reset and pick a whole new kind of set of ways to play. I like the aspect of it, and then just building that.
Fully agree with that. And I think the biggest thing again is going to be like just playing around your communication. Elusion did such a good job, especially in that early game, to play around those objectives, and then the first kill for that Jinx going with that rocket over into the Talia, and then getting that dragon seal with it, just shows like the communication of just knowing where it's happening. Jarvan, honestly, I think he just kind of baited him in by jumping over that wall and just preventing them from trying to get that dragon because they didn't want to burn it too fast. They didn't want to have it get stolen, and it still ended up getting stolen by a Jinx rocket. And we actually we're actually going to have the draft starting up here shortly. This is last game's draft. We do have a little bit. It's okay.
Yeah, so we do have Illusion's picks in the top lane, Hydropump on the bot lane right there, that Nautilus MF combo against the Braum Jinx. And you're saying before the J4 was the playmaker of that game. Braum blocking a lot of damage as well. Volibear soaking up the rest of that Mordekaiser, and Ahri just doing their job of, you don't always have to be a playmaker, but if you take the playmaker out of the playmaking abilities like the Talia, you can definitely keep up on what your job's supposed to be. So great job by Elusion to play your role and know what you do best and use it against your opponents right there. And I think those 2 bans did really hurt Hydropump on the end of the day right there.
That's what I mean. And you said the first 3 bans were all jungle bans against the setup Hydropump. I think it's smart to do that. Get rid of like one of their better playmakers. They put them on Vi. And I mean, Vi is not bad, but into a Jarvan, you're going to have a lot more issues. You have to literally just go in, and you don't have an escape unless you Q out, which you're going to end up hitting somebody, and it's going to be a bigger issue. Honestly, the Pyke ban's a little bit strange for me. I haven't seen a lot of Pyke recently, and I don't know if he's actually that strong where you need to ban him in your first 3 when you only have 1 available. But Elusion, I think they just need to play their game again. They just need to play for... Honestly, I think Godson, play for Rabbit, play for your 2 hyper carries, the Ahri, the Jinx for this first game. They can change it up, choose a different one. They can go Ashe. They can, honestly, I think the Ahri's going to probably stay in unless they get rid of like the Ori ban or the Cinder ban for it, obviously. But I think Ahri's going to be a safe pick. The Taliyah looked really good on the side of the Glizzler. And like I said, he's a jungle main, so the Taliyah's like second nature for him. He has that available in the jungle. So I think just keeping people on like what they're comfortable on. Maybe get rid of the MF if you're not going to ban out the Braum. If you're keeping the Jinx in, ban the Braum instead of the Pyke. But I mean, having those 2 ban losses is going to be a huge detriment to them.
Wisdom, I'm a huge believer in history repeats itself, and the thing that we've been seeing from week to week to week right now in this Divinity League is that the more aggressive the picks in the second game, the easier it is to win on the second game. And I don't know why it's been that way. I don't make history, guys. The players and the teams make it. And that's why I think Elusion should just no holds barred, just run it down in game 2 and lane it against each other. Because, I mean, Ahri won. Volley was honestly even. Most of the pressure was up there in that top lane with Vi, trying to get the grubs over and over and over again. They get that first dragon as well. Didn't really gank that bot lane. That bot lane went so far ahead in that 5-10 minute mark, so they weren't able to like 50-50 that one. New J4 was kind of hovering around that bot lane as well. So I mean, Neptune had what should have been a 50-50 lane that was kind of disregarded by the Vi. Dolphinatic was able to farm and be right there with the Vi and out objective the Vi at that 15-20 minute mark. Rabbit 1v1 Glizzler after that 5-0 that the Taliyah had and won it easily. Godson and Dibsy were the main carriers last game. So, I mean, just repeat history. Throw your most played champions that are available at the time and 1v1 it to history.
Absolutely. And again, like the bans, I think for Illusion are probably say close to the same. They didn't really have any issues with anything. I think the Taliyah early game was a bit of a struggle for Ahri to go into, but like as the game went on, Taliyah had a lot less pressure. She was making some plays. We actually are getting into draft now. So hopefully we'll see what we're going on here. We are going to have, like I said, Elusion on the blue side again, and Hydropump on the red side. So let's see if we're going to keep the first 3 bans. We have the Poppy still. So first ban for Poppy.
And this should be blank, right? It's going to carry out.
Yes, they're still using the. Yeah, looks like it's going to be. So Mumu and Skarner were the next 2 for the first ones. Let's see if they change it up at all. Go something different. Throw it in. Keeping the Mumu. So far 2 for 2. Just keeping it the same. Why not?
These are both tempo bans as well. I mean, Poppy can gank at any moment. Level 2 gank, level 1 gank. Mumu the same thing with that as well. They're trying to keep Hydropump at bay, trying to keep them away from getting ahead too early. And that's what kept them from just running it down in that first 5-10 minutes as well. Skarner banned out again as well, like Wisdom was saying. And here we have the first ban for Hydropump.
And the Jinx ban. So we do get a Jinx ban, which we said should happen. The Pyke ban, again, didn't make sense. Apparently Dibsy plays Pyke a lot, and they have a 70% win rate. Or 55% right now. But, I mean, I guess the Pyke makes sense. They're good at first pick the Vi this time.
I like that a lot. I mean, what's the difference between a J4 and a Vi? Vi can lock down one person and beat the crap out of them. J4 just kind of locks them down after that level 13, 14, 15. Can't really do damage after, but Vi scales throughout the game, and that's what makes a huge difference. And Sejuani is a better pick, I believe, out of that J4 and the Vi. And Ashe on top of that, could we see a Freljord huge baseline team out of this Hydropump team?
I would love to see just a full Freljord team. Get the Brahmin there for the support. Grab Tryndamere for the top, and then Underbeer for the mid. Aphelios coming out for AD carry though. That I love Aphelios. He's very fun to play. He's also insane to try and learn because everything kind of does their own thing. But a good Aphelios can easily just like 1v9 a game without having to worry about it too much. And of course the Ahri being picked up, so they're keeping the Ahri, grabbing the Vi, and actually taking the Aphelios into that Ashe Sejuani.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it with the Ari in the mid lane right there. Ari felt very comfortable, made all plays around the map here. Asol could be the difference maker though on the Glizzard right there in that mid lane. Asol does take some time to make that the decision making though, with the ulti, with the huge the comment as well, and personally, Wisdom, I've never seen a Aphelios carry out a game here, and I hope to see it today, though.
Absolutely. I think with the Morgana ban, they're looking for like a hook champion. So I mean, the Blitz being banned out, they're banning the Braum. I'm expecting almost like a Thresh here, possibly. A Leona would be pretty good. They could go with the Nautilus again. Obviously, Nautilus Ash is pretty good. I think the Thresh would be a better overall option, and they're actually going to ban out the Renekton for top lane, so no Renekton playing. I'm expecting to see the support here, and then they're going to probably counter pick for top lane.
Yeah, Aphelios having a tough job against them right now, picking into the Ashe and the Sejuani and the Asol, but everything pointed to Jinx losing as well, so Godson should be able to repeat history like we were talking about before. Here, they're gonna lane to lane. I'll 1v1 you into my own destiny here. Aphelios, Leon in that bot lane against the Taric and Ashe. This is a team fight team against a pick comp, it looks like.
Absolutely. I think I mean, honestly, and the Mundo coming out, so that's a first pick Mundo. I mean, Mundo's almost like an unkillable person into most top laners right now, just because of like the percent HP damage he does. He doesn't have AD or AP scaling, and then the Aatrox being picked up for the side of HPB. I'm very interested to see how this matches up. I think Elusion has a better overall comp. Like they have a more straightforward one. They want to do AoE. They want to just get people like caught out, full on team fight. And Hydropump has to do a lot more picking. They have to do a lot more like catching them out with like the Aatrox Qs, Taric's stun, and his ultimate. But that is the thing. The Taric's ultimate is going to be so detrimental to everything that Elusion wants to do, especially if the Aphelios ultimate's too late and he can't do the damage down. It's going to be a huge problem for them when he's not able to do as much damage into that ultimate.
You know what? I fought against pro comps last time. I've learned my lesson. I will let them choose on who wins this next game. If I was pro comps, though, I would definitely choose the side of Hydropump just because of Taric, just because of Aatrox. I think that wins that 1v1 against that Mundo. But only time will tell out of the side of Elusion here. Aphelios takes a lot of time, just like Jinx. Unless Godson surprises us again, but he won't have that global ulti to disregard the amount of time it takes to scale on that Jinx. So Aphelios gonna actually have to take some time to scale on this one. Here comes a pro comps decision here. Pro comps, download free, link in bio. Transform your drafts into wins. Friend or foe. We had designs by Chris Sunga and Julian as well. I'm waiting.
Wait a little longer.
Here.
Oh my goodness.
Wow. Hydropump 74.49% to Elusion 25%. I would have thought that might have been a lot closer. Maybe like a 65 or so. But wow, Hydropump is definitely has a lot to work against themselves with that game too.
And Spectre Match coming into the chat saying they don't like Leona. I think Leona is not a bad pick. I think into Taric it's not great. And they probably honestly could have gone something like a Thresh with like the Nautilus. Go with like more of a but Aurelian's still taking a lot of damage from the Ari. Mundo kind of just sitting there just taking it, doesn't really care. I'm not going to worry about it too much. He's going to be getting healed up during his laning phase anyway. And we do see Vi and Sejuani both starting top side, so they're going to be working towards that bot lane. Obviously, Hydropump doesn't want to let the Aphelios Godson get big, so they're going to probably be sitting on that bot lane for quite a bit. And I mean, honestly, I think Glizzard just getting knocked down by that Ari hard again. Ari for the Rabbit is just such a good pick overall.
And here comes that laning phase here with Aphelios and Leona against Taric and Ashe. And I mean, there's a lot similar to what we started out here in the first game.
Yeah, and the Asol getting knocked away from his minions is only level 1 currently. Rabbit sitting on level 2 on that Ari. Honestly, a lot more aggressive this time around, and I think the level 2 coming out from bot lane should have been the better fight. It looks like Aphelios and Leona did hit that first, but it doesn't look like they're actually trying to push that too much. Vi still working on the top side camps. Looks like Sejuani did actually skip over the chicken, so definitely interesting to see.
Sorry, having a little bit of headset troubles here, but we're good to go. And the second game here of 2 minutes and 50 seconds in. Everything's pretty much even. Everything's about the same start that we had last game. But what didn't start out the same was the amount of aggression Elusion brought into that middle part of the game. If they can carry it in to this game 2, they can solidly call themselves a third place team, if not fight for that second place or first place as well. If they want to keep up with that first, second place team, they need to keep up the amount of early game aggression as we have it going on here.
Yep, Perry coming in for that early game does land onto both the Aphelios and Leona. Leona getting extremely blown up, does get very close to being taken down, does flash away, and the Ashe getting her down with the Q. So first blood going over to the side of Hydropump. Ashe getting that first blood.
And that's the difference between an Ashe and an MF. I mean, MF, we've seen running for their life, trying to get a double Q last game and get a double kill. Now Ashe hitting them from a mile away in this game here.
Absolutely. And I mean, honestly, the Taric didn't even use any of his summoner spells. He still has heal, he still has flash. Ashe only used flash, but you do have the flash coming out from Leona, so only one summoner spell from both sides, honestly, being used, which is really surprising for these bot lane fights. And the Blizzard... Yeah, no problem. Blizzard actually looking at getting an early ward down for that top side. See the scuttle. Mundo pushing in the wave as well, 21-21 for the top lane. Mid lane's 24-18, bot lane 26-21 in the favor of Elusion, though. So Aphelios, even though Leona died, he is still getting this farm up and is still using that ability. Ashe actually did got herself some full boots, so she's going to have a lot more attack speed now, a lot faster. Going to be able to chase down those targets with that slow coming in from her passive, from her Q. And Ish taking out Neptune Rises very quickly in that top lane. Neptune is... Yeah, let's absolutely do that again. So it does get the first Q down, pulls him back in with the second, and actually just really well played by Ish. Did a great job. I don't know if he needed to flash for that, but honestly, may as well make sure it's the kill. And that is an
gotta make it look cool
solo.
Nowadays here in that top lane. Great job by Ish to grab that that first kill there in the top lane as well. Yeah, sorry about that, Wisdom. We are back and ready to go.
You're good, man. You're good.
Rabbit and the Glizz are going back and forth here. I thought I charged my headset for the first 15 minutes. I guess it did not, but it's all plugged and ready to go. There's a dragon as well on the field, and that was the main point of attention here for Red Sharky in that game 1. But now with Hydropump having 2 kills, they might want to.
Vi is going for that early gank on. May actually just back away. Honestly, I think if the Luna had gone a little bit faster, maybe they'd be able to get shot the Ashe, catch out the Taric even. Especially like pre-6, catching out either of them is going to be a really good play because you're going to be able to get them down a lot faster. They aren't going to have that Taric ultimate to back up upon. We did see Ish get that first top lane kill against Neptune on the Aatrox. I mean, so far 2-0 in the side of Hydropump. Much different than last game where it was a 2-0 for the side of Elusion.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta be like Taylor Swift and shake it off a little bit, shake off those nerves, shake off what's keeping you back from being a top team. Ish is looking like a whole different player, level 6 on that Mundo, and they're looking like they want to take over this top lane, which is what they should have done in that Mordekaiser, but now they have a second chance to get that done. Dragon's already here for the bot lane of Elusion, and the Vi is there to help out, and that should be a different pace for the side of Elusion here that has already been kind of set back with that 0-2 start. But Grubs are for the taking. Sharky is kind of behind though, 4-4 leveling, but objective down.
And I mean, the Leona was coming out to mid lane. They were looking for a nice little cheeky gank possibly. I mean, honestly, I think pulling the Leona towards the Grubs wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Or at least helping out Neptune since he's having a lot of issues with this Aatrox. Does get some damage down onto him. Does grab his passive back. Getting that kill on the Cannon Minion also good for him. Honestly, the 7-5 for Ish. Ish is just taking this top lane into his own hands and just saying, I'm not going to let you have what you had last time, which was an even one. I'm going to just go in for these kills. I'm going to make sure you can't do anything. And they're going to grab the first set of Grubs, it looks like, with Vi hitting on her Wolves. Not going to be contested at all, so that should be an easy triple Grub over to the side of Hydropump.
Yeah, a whole different set of tempo here for Hydropump. And that's because of the draft here, but Rabbit's here to make that change.
Oh my gosh, going in onto the Taric. Does flash away, does go down to the Ahri, so Ahri getting her kill on to the Taric. Ashe getting stunned up. Honestly, very good communication coming from both sides. And then top lane, Neptune just getting bullied down by that Sejuani, by that Aatrox. He does go over to Aatrox, so that's Aatrox up 2-0 now to that Mundo. Sejuani getting her second assist as well.
It
And
would
just like
seem Blue
that,
Karma, as shocked as we were to have that kill go down, they had the ego the wrong way. And then we've seen Mundo getting caught with their pants down as well in the top lane. 0-2 for the Mundo. That's the difference maker when you have a healing versus healing top laner. Now Rabbit and Glizz are going back and forth. Huge electrocute proc there by Rabbit on that Ahri. And now they are back to half health in that mid lane, but they're going to decide to go back or maybe bait the back out to get more damage down. Ish looking real like the king of top lane up here in that top lane, and nothing really to bother them. If I'm Red Sharky, I'm going top lane every
actually
single
getting
time.
caught out by the Leona, by the Velios, does end up going down. I don't think the ultimate was needed there, but he was just like, I'm going to add insult to injury and just destroy you with this. Tarek honestly walking away a little bit too quickly, and Ash walking too close to that bush.
I don't blame Gypsy right there. If I was him, I would have smacked my head on my keyboard as well and pushed every single button, and that's how you get a kill in that bot lane. Throw everything at them, and it will be done in the end as well. Sejuani full clearing here that the Raptors going to make themselves down to the bot lane of the blue buff. Hopefully, they can stop the amount of aggression here in this bot lane and kind of reset it.
And I mean, Rabbit also going in onto the Asol. Blizzard taken down to about a quarter health. Sejuani misses the ultimate. Just barely. Like a smidgen right there. Honestly, if she hit that, would have been a dead Ahri. But Ahri, I mean, Rabbit playing really well. Playing towards the bot side where Vi was at. I think if she was just like an inch closer, it would have been a dead Ahri to the Asol. Asol is getting pushed up a little bit too much. I think, honestly, the Ahri could just pop around and just take him down again. We saw that electric proc happen last time. It could happen again, and it's going to be a detriment to that health bar.
Yeah, I thought Rabbit was going to flash as fast as possible. Hip hop and flash onto a dead Glizzard right there. But Ish looking real confident again here in the top lane.
Yeah, the Neptune going in. I'm not sure what he's doing at this point. Like he popped his ultimate, walking away. But Ish playing that Aatrox so well does actually end up getting out of it. Ahri pushing that wave in again. Asol did end up going towards the bot lane, it looks like. Or no, Asol died. I'm not sure. Where did Asol die at? I'm so confused right now. So we do have the ultimate coming down from the Leona. Raziel getting very low on the Ashe. Blue Karma having to run away. Does get his ultimate off first. Dies to the Vi and flashes from the Vi.
Flashed by Vi.
Sharky getting hit up. Aphelios walking way too close and goes down to the Ashe. I'm so confused what happened to the Asol there. I thought Asol was in bot lane. He's just dead. I didn't see
Asol never showed their face right there. A little bit of ghost face, but Vi was there and had their war face on, ready to fight as they hit a huge 3v3 in there in that bot lane. Tarek R could not save everybody, but it also could not save the Aphelios from. Or it also made the Aphelios die. It's just
under the tower, dude. Ish is just not taking any prisoners with Neptune this time. He's like, no. Again, last game, fluke. Don't even worry about it. This game, look at this. 3-0, we're good to go. And I mean, honestly, I think they do need to play for the Aatrox now. The Aatrox, the Ashe, 2-1, 3-0. Those are your main carries. Just get them to the point where they can actually like 1v1 in the silent switch for Aatrox. He's just going to keep pushing that silent out. It's going to have to be Mundo going against him. And actually, Ahri getting to turn down onto the Sejuani. Does get hit by the W from Sejuani. Does get ultied into. Ace will come in and ulties down as well. And that is going to be a dead Ahri over to the Glizzler, taking that shutdown as well.
It's a whole new team, a whole new game, a whole new set of players and champions on this red side for Hydropump. But it's a whole new playstyle out of Elusion too. They're kind of taking and sacking what they can't get, but taking what they can with that dragon. 2 dragons for them early in the game right now. 11 minutes in. Red Sharky going to start the grubs. Pretty low on the health bar though.
Yeah, I'm like, he may have some issues there with that.
But Ish is up here to help out. Ish can kind of do what they want. They could run bot lane if they wanted to and take over the whole game. Red Sharky is accustomed to playing like this, apparently. That Sejuani doing a lot of AoE damage, keeping themselves alive here. I mean, quarter health. They're playing with a health bar really, really close right now in the grubs, but they look like they're going to clear this one out pretty easily. Red Sharky knows what they're dealing with right now.
If he walks over, though, he could get an easy kill there onto that Sejuani. If he just walks over into that pit, which the escape is so good from that. I mean, if Neptune was there just a second earlier, he could have possibly gotten that kill. That is going to be 6 grubs over to the side of Hydropump, so that's definitely interesting to see for those towers.
Yeah, I had anxiety going for myself right now with Red Sharky, but with that being said, they got it done. They got it done. Two dragons over here for Elusion, though. 18,000 to 19,000 here for Hydropump. Up 2 kills as well. Been a bot lane versus top lane here with Elusion having the winning bot lane. and Hydropump having the winning top lane. But I mean, honestly, Vi is the only one winning here in this bot lane. That's the only issue, is that Aphelios is not getting the gold they need. Another lethality build coming out of here for the Aphelios as well. Flash in for Tarek.
Yeah, the fight coming in from Tarek, and then excuse me, this is Johnny there. Ultimate coming down from the Aphelios does get a lot of damage down actually onto everybody. Tarek ultimate coming in, Leona does flash away and dies. Ash slowing down the Aphelios. Aphelios going to be going down to that Ash for sure. And double kill comes over. Tarek ultimate coming in at the most clutch times, like we talked about earlier. That is what you need to win those fights.
Wisdom, do you smell that? I think I smell a game 3 coming, Wisdom. I think we've seen a game 3 for the first time in the 3 weeks we've been casting this Divinity League. We're gonna have a series forced into a game 3, and Hydropump came to play tonight. Up 4 kills, up 2k gold, up the macro, and up the tempo for this game 2. They came to play tonight, and they don't want to go out with a loss.
That's absolutely right. I mean, the biggest thing though is that Aphelios is up about 15 CS right now. So I mean, Aphelios isn't that far behind. The kills are happening. Ash is 4-1 now. That's going to be an issue. But I mean, all it takes is one good pick onto that Ash, and then she's down. That's going to be a shutdown, and then they don't have their hyper carry Ash. But I mean, honestly, Hydropump looking like a completely different team this game. They're playing towards their strengths this time. They're not going into a Jinx who's like 7-1. They're playing a lot safer. They're playing a lot smarter, and I feel like they're communicating a lot more. Like the double grubs, the Tarek ultimates. Tarek ultimates have been clutch again. Like I said, they've been clutch tonight, consistently keeping people at low health, but making sure they can't die. And then, of course, just turn it back around. Aesol just getting some free damage down, getting his mana stacks up.
I think he was just saying hi. Just saying hi, I'm here. Walked away. Got the comment down there as well. We do see the rest of the team here is it's trying to go for the second grub set, or sorry, Rip-Tailed set here for the set of Hydropump. There's
Sharky has already started. Could be a fight happening here, or they just try to take down the mid lane tower at this point. Since they know they're already there, they can tell Neptune just taking us some wards. So they're just going to try and take that mid tower down, which they should be able to actually get that, and that should be the first tower down for the side of Elusion.
I like that trade here. Going mid tower for the Rip-Tailed should be a great trade.
And Rabbit going on to Glizzler again does actually make it out with the long range movement. Honestly, I think if a Charm had hit there, he would have definitely been dead with that additional Q from the Ahri, but really well done from Glizzler there.
Yeah, Glizzler's kind of lost right now in the mid game. They're not used to being behind this much gold and this much macro, honestly. Neptune's still trying to 1v1-ish up there, but not having the amount of damage that they need to take them down and be respectable up there. Nothing else to be taken on the side of the map except for that retail that Hydropump took without any dismay. No mid tower going down as well. Rabbit trying to make a play here in the bot lane. There's not much that Elusion can do right now. 15 minutes in, and their backs are kind of against the wall right now because of the Mundo pick and the bot lane Aphelios. Hopefully they have time to scale here before Hydropump just kind of walks down the mid lane.
The Mundo going in hard again onto the Aatrox, but Aatrox just smacking him down, taking that health from 3/4 down to 1/4, and having to pop his ultimate. Neptune is just taking a lot of these bad fights, and I don't know if he's just trying to like keep Ish in the top lane just so he can't go like to other lanes and try and get kills. Because so far, he has 3 kills, but they're all on the Mundo, so he's not actually gaining any additional gold from that, because Mundo's kind of just there.
Yeah, that worked last game.
Glizzler gets caught into the ultimate by Vi, does flash away. No charm available, does ulti onto himself, prevents the kill from happening, and just goes, yep, not this time.
As it's going on, there's a mid lane tower going down, and
oh, what a good kill onto that Herald, man. Aphelios getting that damage down, takes out the Herald. Sharky almost getting caught into that tower a little more, but does manage to escape.
Yeah, a little bit weird of interactions going on in the last part of those couple minutes here, but there will be a first dragon started for the side of Hydropump. Gonna need your full team there because I think Elusion wants to kind of stop that from happening as they walk down that mid lane trying to get the vision gone. Ish finally getting that top lane tower down. He thought that would be gone around the last 2 or 3 minutes as they've been fighting this one out. Neptune has been pretty far behind up there in that top lane, but Ish finally getting that last blow onto that top lane tower. That dragon will be going down pretty easily here for Hydropump, and Glizzler is flashless and altless, so hopefully Elusion will find themselves into a 5v5 that they want to take, or even a 4v4, because eventually you have to fight this team. that has been wanting to kind of be in your face and be taking out this game too pretty quickly.
Yeah, remember just getting that easy ward down does take some more from the bot lane. Honestly, mid lane very close. Ish going hard on the Neptune again, does pull him back in, is going for that damage, but Mundo actually fighting back pretty well. The Qs are chunking that Aatrox down. He doesn't actually have his ultimate up available for him, so we'll see if he hits a pop in that. We do actually have the Vi coming over too to try and help out. Pops the ultimate. Vi coming in does lock up that Aatrox for a little bit, and actually we do have a 4-man team over here to kill this Aatrox. So that is the power of a pick comp right there. Aatrox goes down to Aphelios. Aphelios gets the shutdown on that.
Rabbit running for the lives right now. Red Shark is going to come in this bot lane trying to take down this Ahri.
Rabbit
running for the live.
Oh my goodness. Almost makes it out. Does end up getting cut out by the ultimates, and that's the Rabbit. But honestly, the amount of spells they had to use to actually keep the Ahri down is a lot. Like, that's going to be the ultimate from both sides. And I mean, if she had that flash up, it would have been a much easier way of getting out, but did a really good job of keeping them at bay.
I mean, the biggest thing to take away right now is that Aphelios got that shut down onto the Aatrox, and that's going to really hurt them at the 25-minute mark here. When Aphelios has 2 or 3 items on top of themselves, they're going to be the main carry again like they were in that Jinx and Godson. We all know, give them a couple of items and they can carry their whole team on their backs and be positional as they want to be here in this AD carry position, and definitely did a good job last time, so they can repeat it again. Collector and IE almost finished out there for that Aphelios. Neptune, being as annoying as possible, is actually working out in their favor. They are actually up 10 CS in that top lane, down 3 kills though.
Aatrox once again just going on to the Mundo though. I mean, Ish is just consistently trying to keep this Mundo down. Mundo able to just walk away. I'm not sure if it's the best idea to keep Ish in that top lane versus like moving them to a different lane, because I mean, so far it's just been a 1v1 for half of it, and then Ish got a little cocky and got caught out. We do see this adjoining coming up top lane, so that's going to be a nice little hover, but there's nothing to be done there. And I mean, with that, Aatrox needs to, I think, do a lot more in terms of fighting. They need to actually be there, but Vi's coming over to try and get that Asol in the bot lane. We could actually see a tower dive as well from that with the spells coming in. We do actually have the Ahri ultimate up, we have the Vi ultimate, we have flash in from Vi as well, so possibly mid lane though, the Blizzy going in, and actually there we go, there's the Vi ultimate. Q coming out, does end up taking down the Asol. Ahri takes the shutdown. Leona having to flash away. Aatrox is there, does get the stun down, but that's going to be a dead Leona. 1-for-1. Ash taking that kill. 5-1 Ash. We now have a 1-0-2 Vi in that bot lane, and Ahri sitting at 3-2 with the 2-2 on the Asol.
That's the biggest thing about this game too right now. Both teams being proactive on whatever happens. There's not a lot of 5v5s, 4v4s going on. It's pick after pick after pick here. You see that Leona gives it the pick for the pick of the Asol in that bot lane, and now the side of Hydropump gets to just run it down this mid lane here. 4 members up, running it down into the base, knocking on to the Nexus door of Elusion. Could they fight this one out, or can they just sit there and watch? That's unfortunately what they're going to have to do. Elusion kind of open that door for themselves, though. If you're going to send half your people down to one lane and keep Mundo up in that top lane, you're going to have to deal with the consequences that you have right there. Leona just kind of got a little bit too big for their playmaking abilities right there. So
yeah, and Ace was on the top lane getting chunked down by those briefcases being thrown by that corporate Mundo. I don't know if Asol is the best option to go into the Mundo, just because he can't really stop him very well. You can try and get the slowdown, get his passive off, but like, if Mundo chases you down, you are not going to survive as an Asol.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, Mundo finally putting up some potential up there. Keeping the CS lead is insane after being down 3 deaths as well. 172 to 152 in that top lane, and I mean, all around, Elusion and Hydropump are just playing a 5v5 game that they've been using to their advantage for a pick potential, and that's really been Hydropump's game, is winning the picks off of this. But it could all end with a Baron fight at the middle of this game right now. I mean, gold is all around the team for Elusion as well as Hydropump. I mean, it's all even around the board, and you're looking at just looking for which carrier's going to carry the game and put the team in the back on this 22-minute mark here. Gold's even, kills are down by 4 for Hydropump, and it's been just all around looking for who's going to make the first move here.
That is another direct spot. Actually, we have Elusion going for that Baron right off the rip. Honestly, Hydropump's none the wiser. They're just going to get a free Baron here at this point. That's going to be an off the round. Issue's taking that bot lane tower, which is fine. And actually, they are going to come over and see that it's happening. We do have Sejuani still in the bot lane, but she's not there to take it. And that's going to be the Ashe arrow coming out onto them. Blue team does take the Baron, but are they going to end up dying before there's... And actually, no, Tara goes down very quickly. No ultimate coming in except for onto the Ashe. Slow coming in. Everybody going down. Ace will take the kill with him. Vi taking out on the Ashe. Ace will taking out 2 people, but he's going to end up dying. Sharky gets taken out by Aphelios. We have... I mean, Aphelios is just sitting there just free attacking. He may actually end up taken down by the Aatrox, so... Aatrox getting stunned up, slowed, and just goes down to Aphelios, and that is going to be a turnaround coming in from the side of Elusion. That Aphelios showing what they can do with just 1 item.
Godson showing what they can do with whatever champion they throw at them, and now the Dragon's still up for the taking as well, and that's going to be a win after win for Elusion. I mean, Godson is just being the son of the gods right now for the side of Elusion. Great job by them to get that win, and even up the kills as well by 1 as on that point here. This be a 3rd Drake for them, and a Baron. Okay, my bad. Dibsy and Vi did not get the Baron on top of that, but the rest of the team did. And that's going to be the playmaking ability for the rest of Elusion here to kind of carry this game out and put them back on top of this. I mean, we're looking at Hydropump trying to end the game out, get this game 2, and tie up the series, but now Elusion back in the driver's seat.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, Elusion just coming back very hard, and the biggest thing I think was like just taking that Baron. They knew exactly where the side of Hydropump was. They could see everybody on the map, and honestly, I think getting that Baron was just what they needed to do to turn this around. Again, like they went from being down 2k gold to being up by a k gold now, and the kills are now only 1 difference. And Aphelios being 2 and 2, now up to 4 and 2, almost tied with the Ashe, but still about 30 CS up on her.
And that's the biggest difference right now is that there's going to be a Red Sharky attacking
Rabbit once again getting all over
again.
By it, but does actually get out very quickly this time. Doesn't give them time to do the ultimate, and that's going to be 3 people pushing mid with that Baron buff. I don't know if it was the best idea to have, and that's going to be a teleport coming in from the Ahri as well. Taric misses his stun. That's going to be an easy tower down. Ultimate coming in from, and he gets the stun on both of them. Ultimate coming in again from the Leona. Vi going in, taking down that Ashe. Immediately gets blown up. And that is Elusion just pushing their lead as hard as they can.
Elusion, don't stop. You see a series ender in front of you. This is where you keep the momentum going, but Taric is not ready for this to end yet.
No, it's so tanky, taking all the damage. Aphelios getting caught up, does flash away from the Aesol W. Is just tearing through that enemy team. Aatrox, though, in that back line, possibly going to take down the Aphelios. Does end up getting him down. And the only person left being that Ahri does die to Ace while getting that Thunder Bounty. Mundo, though, coming in from the end there. But it's going to end up getting taken down by the Aatrox. And that's going to be an ace from the side of Hydropump, with Aesol being just there with a sliver of health. And Aatrox taking that dominance back into his hands.
I don't know what was more awkward right there, watching Elusion trying to take that fight all over again, or watching Aesol slowly walk away as they kill Ahri and burning them down to 0 HP. It took so long, but now we see that Red Sharky and Ish, the 2 main carries of this Hydropump team, taking down the first inhib of the game here in that mid lane for Elusion. Can Elusion stop the macro that's going on right now as they have a huge wave to deal with, and 2 tanky members.
The only coming back up again, getting that stun onto the Aatrox, and Aatrox goes down to the Vi. Even with the Asher coming in, I think they honestly stayed a little bit long. I think the Aatrox should have been moving about faster. I don't know if it should have had time to try and push that wave in. And again, I think they should have just taken it and just backed up, gotten out of there as fast as possible. But now it's going to be a 4v5 if they do try and take another fight.
Sometimes wisdom, it's the little things that carry you through to your victories. It's a little kind of give and takes there that help you out through the end of the day. And with that being said, little things have been keeping Elusion on top and bottom right now, because they have even up the goal lead, but they are down 3 kills, but they are up 2 dragons as well. Shout out to Neptune and Dolmatic on the Vi to keep this game kind of even. Rabbit staying alive on all the amount of pressure they've had from Red Sharky and the Glizzler. We just need to see a lot of big plays at the both sides here. Hydropump still coming out on top with that inhib kill in the mid lane, and I mean, we're just sitting pretty even here. Keep your vision up, stay out of very, very close tunnels here because of the Acel on the side of Elusion. And if I'm a Hydropump, I'm playing on the Glizzler and make sure I have a huge ulti come down.
By chasing that Taric down in that jungle and gonna get away from this Giovanni, does get away from the Ashe too. Honestly, I don't think throwing the Glizzler into the top lane against Neptune is the best idea, just because Mundo's gonna just sit there and just tank out that damage. He's already sitting on a Warmogs, he has a Thornmail, he's working towards just more health and tank items, and he has his resources, so he's just gonna run you down if he needs to.
Yeah, I think it's a CS game and a ulti stat game for them on the side of Acel. I think they just want to be there to get as many stars as possible as well. But they do have TP and they have their ult ready and they have the E ready as well. So if the side of Hydropump wants to pick a fight, they better do it now. I mean, Elusion has only Godson to speak for on the side of damage. So if they can't get that done,
the ultimate coming in from the Ashe gets onto the Vi. Vi does flash away. Actually does miss the E, but ends up getting the ultimate down on the Vi. But honestly, not too much coming out from that. That's a lot of ultimates taken out from the side of Hydropump. And I mean, Ari's still just pushing bot lane. Mundo's just pushing top lane. And I mean, at this point, Illusion's just sitting in mid, just sitting pretty, going, no, we're fine. You guys can take the dragon. We still have Dragon Soul. We're still pushing both side waves in. And there's not really much you guys can do about it. You're not even trying to stop us.
Yeah, I'm not sure what was going on right there. Glizzard just kind of looked like eyes in the deer in the headlights right there. But we'll see Elusion trade the Dragon Soul for a Baron if they can
is going to show them off. I don't know if they're going to stay on it. They are going to be whacking away, which is smart. But I mean, look at that. Look at the side lanes though. They're still pushing in. You still have the R. You still have the Mundo just getting those waves pushed in. So as long as they're just wasting time for Hydropump, it doesn't make a difference. They don't have to take the Baron. They're just pushing them off of it at this point.
This is the game of League I love to play here right now. You give and take, push and pull. If you're not coming for me, I know I have to come for you.
Mundo,
now Neptune's cut out.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, big thing is that, again, Vi going in, goes in onto Ashe. Ashe does flash away, but does pull the Vi with her. The Taric ultimate coming down does get the Ashe before the ultimate takes over. So Ashe is already dead from this further in the fight. Oh, Aphelios taking out the Aatrox, and that is going to be a crazy fight. A triple kill, almost quadra kill going over to the Aphelios, and that is going to be Elusion possibly just winning this game off of that.
Elusion says, call an ambulance, but not for me in that fight right there. Triple kill over to Aphelios, and what a great job by them to kind of bait them into that fight, put themselves into that tunnel vision right there by the Raptors of HPB. Hydropump is now on the back end, and they could have just watched the game go right before their eyes as they just got funneled into that fight right there, and now Elusion is on to the Nexus Towers, and they're looking like they're going to take a serious win under the belt.
She's the only one alive right now, and she's going to end up dying very quickly if she gets cut out, but that is going to be Elusion taking that fight, taking that win.
What just happened, Wisdom? What? I was getting bored. I was watching this game, kind of falling asleep a little bit, and now I woke up after a 4v5 win, but turned into like a 5v5 into their jungle, and then it just... Wow, I mean, Elusion, they played that. They knew what they were doing from the beginning, I can tell. I mean, the 1-3-1 into a 5v5 into a win was crazy by them. What a turn of events. Godson played like a god in both games, and shout out to Elusion for winning that series, and shout out to Hydropump for trying their best right now, but they just couldn't really get the draft done, I think.
Yeah, and I think the biggest thing is just Neptune played this game, again, like the first game, so well. He had that huge deficit in kills, but he was farming the entire time. At the end of the game, he had a 60 CS lead.
Yeah.
And he walked into the Ashe, he walked into the Dwani, and he just was like, hey, I'm here to just fight you guys, and we're good to go. And then Ashe got caught out so hard in that last fight, she didn't even get the ability of doing any damage. She got immediately ulted, flashed away from her team. Taric ultimate didn't come down fast enough, and that's what turned the tides. Even with that Taric ultimate, they couldn't kill the Aphelios, they couldn't kill the Ahri. And Aphelios getting the triple kill, Ahri again, double kill onto that. Godson, honestly, just showing his namesake, showing no matter what champion he's on, he's going to do this.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you see in game one where Elusion had a winning bot lane and they went top lane. We've seen the winning top lane the losing top lane go bot lane in game one for Elusion. In game two for Hydropump, their bot lane was winning most of that laning phase there. They didn't go top lane because Aatrox is winning so hard. What I'm trying to say about this is that Glizzler was bot lane getting that kind of free momentum that was given off by the Ashe and Taric. And what I'm saying about this is that Ashe has 10.8k damage. 2.1K out of the Taric as well. And now Aphelios, that was getting completely stomped in that bot lane, has 25,000 damage. Give it champion, give it range, give whatever you want. I think that Ashe might have had a better time if they didn't give that huge lane swap in that middle of the game here for a champion that should kind of be team fighting. I mean, Talia was kind of the issue in that first game as well. Should have been a team fighting champion, was mostly put towards that split pushing comp here. What I'm really trying to say right now is that Hydropump needs to pick a identity for their team and their drafts here. They're picking champions that should be team fighting and doing tons of damage, but they're kind of just laning and picking laning phases that should be winning for them, but not pushing that into the middle of the late game here. That's why Elusion won. They picked both drafts that are going to win them the winning team fights here in the later parts of the game. With that being said, Elusion showed why they're a better team tonight.
Absolutely, and I think a big thing with that is like just that late game carry again is you just let Aphelios get to that point. He had the farm, he was getting the kills, and I mean Godson he played that so well. He stood in every fight. He was fighting as much as he could. And again, like Aphelios is one of those champions that you need to be in the middle of a fight if you can, especially with red and white guns. And he did that great in that last fight. Again, GG to Elusion, GG to Hydropump. They fought so hard in that last game, and it was so close. 57.9 to 50.5k. A bit longer of a game, but that's gonna be it for week 4 in the Divinity League. We hope to see you guys next week.
Let's have a bit of fun till I downfall. My love, if you feel like I do right now, don't say you're on the run to the other side. My love, you say you wanna try, but you never